Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to our online class. Hope all of you are fine at home by the grace of Almighty Allah. Dear students, development of a country largely depends on its citizen. So, this citizen should be good citizen. Already you have understood that what I am going to teach you today. Yes, today I am going to teach you Chapter 5. Bangladesh and citizen of Bangladesh. After doing the class, you will be able to answer of these questions. Number 1. What do you mean by citizen? Number 2. What are the characteristics of a good citizen? 3. Explain the barriers of being a good citizen in Bangladesh. 4. Write down the importance of good citizen. And 5. What are the rights of citizen and responsibilities of citizen? Dear students, we see that all questions are based on citizen. So that at first we have to understand about citizen. What is citizen? Legal inhabitant by birth or formal grant of a country is called the citizen of that country. I am telling you again, legal inhabitant by birth or formal grant of a country is called the citizen of that country. We see that there are two ways to get a citizenship. Number 1, by birth, and number 2, formal grant. Whatever is it, the citizen should be a good citizen to develop a country. So, there are some characteristics to become a good citizen. That are: number 1, intelligence, 2, self-control, and 3, conscientiousness. Now, I am going to discuss on these characteristics of becoming a good citizen.
Intelligence. An intelligent citizen is a resource for any nation. To become intelligent, one needs to become educated and earn knowledge. Therefore, the citizen needs to be rightly educated with necessary education. An intelligent citizenry can play its role in important activities of a country, such as electing suitable representative, administer the country with skill, and contribute in the development and success of the country. Parents should educate their children properly. The government is responsible to ensure the arrangement for proper education. Self-control. A good citizen must have self-control. This attribute keeps him away from dishonest activities. For example, corruption, nepotism, selfishness, partiality, etc. It is an inspiration to obey the rules and work for the society. So, it's not possible to become a good citizen without this attribute. That means without self-control. A good citizen always abides by the rules, respects the opinions of others, and considers the good of the country as his own. He abstains from injustice and partisanship and works for the betterment of the country. Those help building a better state. Dear students, the another characteristics of becoming a good citizen is conscientiousness. What is conscientiousness? This characteristic means the sense of good and bad and the sense of duty. A citizen with intelligence and self-control has to realize the merit of anything before doing that. If it is wrong, he must avoid it and if it is right, he will do it. Again, he has to employ his own conscience to get the correct decision when he is required to solve some social or national problem. Conscience is the ever awake spirit of a good citizen. Therefore, a good citizen will bear this attribute and inspire others to bear it. Apart from these characteristics, a good citizen is also required to have some other attributes. He will be aware of his country and its administrative system, will have the mentality to protest any injustice, abide by laws, and will be confident and dedicated. He will always put the country ahead of everything. So long we have learned the attributes of a good citizen who is a resource of a country. A tree cannot grow without proper fertilizer, soil and care. Like that, a country cannot run properly when its citizen does not have these qualities. So, the future citizen must attain all these qualities. Then only we can establish our favorite motherland as a developed and rich country in the world.
Dear students, I hope all of you have understood the characteristics of becoming a good citizen. But we see that there are some barriers to become a good citizen. Now, I am going to make you understand the barriers of becoming a good citizen. Indifference. What is indifference? A general disinterestedness on the part of a populace is called indifference. It is an effect of various reasons like illiteracy, lack of proper education, idleness, poverty, and negation to responsibility. It is commonly available in our citizens. A citizen grows uninterested to participate in social and political activities of the state due to this. Even they do not abide by the duties and responsibilities of a citizen. Self-interest. What is self-interest? This is a great impediment on the way to become a good citizen. Under its influence, an individual prefers his own interest to the interest of the country. It easily leads the citizen to become involved in corruption, nepotism, and partiality. I think there is a question raised in your mind, that is, what is nepotism? Doing anything in favor of own people. Own people, that means relatives, siblings, etc. is nepotism. So, it is not good for a country. Partisanship. Democracy cannot do without political parties. As a result, democratic system generally affects a kind of partisanship. In most cases, this kind of attitude creates problem in becoming a good citizen. Partisan attitude forces him to criticize the good deeds of opponents and forsake them. This attitude is an impediment in becoming a good citizen. So, it is not good for us. Ignorance and illiteracy. Ignorant and illiterate people do not know as well as understand many things. About 1/3 of our population is illiterate. Again, most of the literate have the minimum education. As a consequence, they fail to take proper decision whenever that is necessary. They cannot fulfill the demands of the state over them. Therefore, If we are interested to grow a good citizenry in Bangladesh, we have to make them educated with proper education at first. Next, religious fanaticism. The growth of good citizenship is obstructed by fanaticism. Such attitude forces an individual to hate other religions. This leads to discrimination and conflicts. This spoils the national integrity, development, and advancement. Pompousness. This is a negative character in a human being. Under its influence, one sees himself or herself as above everybody. He or she does not consider opinion of others. He or she tries to impose on opinions over others. It is also a huge barrier in becoming a good citizen. Sectarianism. What is sectarianism? Under the influence of sectarianism, unease and conflict may arise among different sectors in a country. This occurs in a multi-religious country where one portion of the populace may become violent for certain reasons. This spoils the religious harmony among people and gives birth to sectarian attitude. All should grow a kind heart in order to become a good citizen. The last barrier is economic disadvantage. You know that Bangladesh is a developing nation. About 50% of our country population lives below the poverty line. Due to poverty, about one-third population of our country cannot read or write. As a result, their internet cannot bloom. Their conscience also is not that effective. It is a huge barrier to becoming a good citizen. Dear students, I hope all of you have understood the barriers of becoming a good citizen. It is very important question for your examination. So, try to learn attentively. Dear students, there are some measures of removing the barriers to becoming a good citizen. These are: one has to be patriotic after getting proper education. One has to remember that country has preference to individual and forgot about any self-interest. One has to be universal instead of being partisan. One has to treat everyone equally, irrespective of religion, caste, class, etc. One has to avoid false pride and give due importance on welfare-oriented opinions. A good proposal of an individual should not be suppressed only with the excuse of majority. Dear students, for becoming a good citizen, everyone has to be brought to equal status by removing economic disadvantage. All citizens of any country have some rights. That are right to live, right to movement, right to sign contracts, freedom of press, right to property, right to follow religion, right to think and use conscience, right to hold rally and meetings, right to create family, right to language and culture, right to employment, right to health and education, right to abide by laws, right to economic and social justice, and freedom of expression. Dear students, having these rights, a citizen can live in a country peacefully. So, we have to get these rights to live in our country also. Besides this, we have also some duties and responsibilities to the country also. There are allegiance to the country, use the right to vote, abide by law and order, commit properly all government duties, regular payment of taxes, educate children, etc. I think all of you have understood the lesson. If you have any question, you can comment. I'll try to level best to give the answer of your comment. There is a homework for you. Now write in your copy. Question number 1. What are the characteristics of a good citizen? Carries 1. I am telling you again. What are the characteristics of a good citizen? Carries 1 mark. Question number 2. Write down the barriers of becoming a good citizen. Carries 3. Dear students, your SBA marks will be dependent on this homework. So, do the homework attentively. That's all for the class. See you again in the next class. Thank you. Allah.